Hello everyone, I am SDS sir and I welcome you all to the journey of English grammar. हाँ friends, today we'll take up a very important topic और आज की topic है हमारी वो है tenses. Friends, what do you mean by the term tense? अगर कोई पूछता है tense को define करो, so how do you define tense? So tense is a form of verb which tells us the time of the action or the state of the action. एक तो समय भी बताता है and it also tells that the action happens. It shows the state of action also. For example, the sun rises in the east. The next example, state of action, the teachers teach the students. So this is how you define tense. Now, how many forms of verbs are there? Forms of verbs कितने होते हैं? Yes. And उसके पहले how many tenses are there? So total there are three main tense: past tense, present tense or future tense. All this you know, and they are again sub-classified into four tense each, that is indefinite or simple, continuous, perfect and perfect continuous tense. So in all, totally there are 12 different tenses and all the tenses have the different forms of verbs. Now how many forms of verbs are there? We can say that there are 5 forms of verbs. Yes, first form, second form, third form. Then we also use the S or ES form of the verb, so उसको हम बोल सकते हैं fourth form, and the ING form we use in the continuous tense, so that we can take it out consider as the fifth form of the verbs. Where forms of verbs are concerned, there is no shortcut, no trick to learn the words or the forms of verbs. आपको प्रैक्टिस करना पड़ेगा, याद करना पड़ेगा to know this because all have different forms. For example, write, wrote, written. 3 forms of write. All the forms are different. But if you come to this one, come, came, come. So first and the third form are same. The second is different. So friends, all the forms are different and you have to know the forms of verbs. You have to learn and practice properly. तभी आप tense में आगे कर पाओगे. Let's start with the first tense for today, and that is past, present indefinite or present simple tense. इसका जो rule है, the syntax है, the construction is subject plus the first form of the verb plus the S or ES form of the verb. Now, where do you use the S or ES form of the verb? And when do we use the first form? So, if the subject is I, we, you, they or plural, we always take the first form of the verb. And S or ES form कब लगाते हैं दोस्तों? When it is third person singular, that is when the subject is he, she or it is singular, then we use the S or ES form of the verb. Suppose you get confused कि S or ES लगना चाहिए या नहीं, there is a trick for it. If the subject is singular S, so it will be reflected in the verb. इस तरीके से आप इसको याद कर सकते हो. If the subject is singular, the verb will have S or ES form. Now, most of the verbs will always have S, that is give, gives, take, takes, play, plays and so on. But now, where do you add ES along with the verb if it is third person singular? So, verbs ending with SS, SH, CH, X, O will always take ES form along with it. इस चीज को याद रख लेना. Basics है, most of the students might be knowing. Those who have confusion, this is the way you have to remember. For example, pass, passes, push, pushes, catch, catches, fix, fixes. So this is the way the things take the ES form of the verb. और कब लेते हैं? When the verbs end with SS, SH, CH, X or O, then they always take the ES along with it. Else the verbs हमेशा S लेंगे उसके साथ. The helping verb in this present simple is do or does are the helping verbs. Now, affirmative sentences, how the things take place? I study regularly. I के संग first form लगता है straight way first, that is I always takes V1. Jack is singular, So Jack studies regularly. My friend, if you get confused, study आएगा या studies? Singular है, my friend, we are talking about one friend, so my friend studies regularly. And यहाँ plural हो गया, my friends study regularly. Yes, तो singular s, Jack singular है, so Jack studies. My friend studies and so on. Easy way to remember this thing. Moving on to the negative sentence. I study regularly, उसका नेगेटिव हो जाएगा I do not study regularly. आप प्लीज ये मत करना, आप तो रेगुलरली स्टडी करना. I do not study regularly. Jack does not study regularly. Now this is the place आपको ध्यान रखना है. Jack सिंगुलर है, so the helping verb becomes does. यहाँ पे studies था, so this is the way Jack studies. So this es जहाँ भी होगा it becomes does. ये not लग गया and helping verb के बाद always it will be the first form, that is V1, and this does is the helping verb in this statement. ये helping verb है and this will always be the first form. Helping verb के बाद friends याद रखना, it will always take V1. Don't say Jack does not studies regularly is incorrect. चलते हैं आगे. The next example. My friend does not study regularly. Singular, S लग गया. हेल्पिंग वर्ब के अंदर एस एस लगेगा, मेन वर्ब के अंदर नहीं लगेगा. इट विल नॉट बी देयर इन द मेन वर्ब. दिस एस और एस विल गो ओवर हियर. आई होप द थिंग्स आर क्लियर. जैसे यहाँ पे था माई फ्रेंड स्टडीज रेगुलरली, सो दिस इज हाउ द थिंग्स विल टर्न. स्टडी विल बिकम डज प्लस द फर्स्ट फॉर्म स्टडी. सेम वे माई फ्रेंड्स डू नॉट स्टडी रेगुलरली. सो कीप अ चेक. कंफ्यूजन वहीं होता है डू डज में. स्टूडेंट्स मेक अ मिस्टेक, प्लीज यू ऑल डोंट मेक दिस मिस्टेक्स henceforth. इंट्रोगेटिव कैसे करते हैं? स्टार्ट विद अ हेल्पिंग वर्ब, एंड विद अ क्वेश्चन मार्क. सो आई डू नॉट स्टडी, आई स्टडी रेगुलरली. डू आई स्टडी रेगुलरली? जैक डज नॉट स्टडी. डज जैक स्टडी रेगुलरली? सो द वर्ब विल ऑलवेज डिपेंड ऑन द सब्जेक्ट. सो जैक है, सिंगुलर है, सो एस और ई एस याद रखने का तरीका. नेवर गेट कंफ्यूज डू और डज में क्या होना चाहिए. सिमिलरली इट गोज विथ डज माई फ्रेंड स्टडी रेगुलरली और डू माई फ्रेंड्स. एस लग गया, इसमें नहीं आएगा. फ्रेंड सिंगुलर है, हेंस इट विल बिकम डज. सो दिस इज हाउ यू हैव टू take care where present simple tense is concerned. And most of the students, if they make mistakes, उनके mistakes होती है do और does form के अंदर ही. Moving on quickly with the next tense or as to how this is used. कहाँ पे इसका use होता है? We should know this. Present simple tense or present indefinite tense is always used to show the habitual actions. Mr. Daniel wakes up at 6 AM daily. ये उसका routine है. So Mr. Daniel singular, एस और एस. सेंड्रा सिंगुलर, एस आएगा इसके अंदर. रीड्स द न्यूज़पेपर एंड देन गोज टू ऑफिस. सो फॉर हैबिचुअल एक्शंस आदत होती है वी ऑलवेज यूज प्रेजेंट सिंपल टेंस. नेक्स्ट फॉर यूनिवर्सल फैक्ट्स. द सन, द अर्थ मूव्स अराउंड द सन. द सन सेट्स इन द वेस्ट. सन सिंगुलर, सो द सन सेट्स इन द वेस्ट. The earth singular, the earth moves around the sun. And for future events also, if it is fixed, if it is decided, we use present or we can use present simple tense also. The English class starts at 9:45 AM. In other words, or the other example, the Rajdhani Express departs, singular है train, departs at 7 PM from Kota. So भले अभी 7 नहीं बजे, we are talking something about the future time. रोज जाती है, कल भी जाएगी, आज शाम को भी जाएगी 7 बजे. So when the things are fixed, pre-decided or timetable is fixed, then we can use present simple tense to express that future event also. So this was something about present simple tense, and it also talks, we can also use it to show the situation that exists now and will go on indefinitely. Doctors treat the patients. The teachers teach the students. आज भी पढ़ा रहे हैं, कल भी पढ़ाएंगे, आगे भी पढ़ाते रहेंगे. So the teachers teach the students and doctors treat the patients. So these are some of the uses of present simple or present indefinite tenses. I hope the things are very clear now. And the helping verbs in this क्या होते हैं दोस्तों? Do and does. And please remember where to use V1 and where to use the S or ES form of the verb. Moving on to the second tense where present is concerned, that is present continuous tense. इसका syntax और इसका construction is subject plus is MR plus the ing form of the verbs. All the continuous tense हमेशा ing form ही लेंगे. is कब होता है? For third person singular, he, she, it और singular के संग we always use is. M is used with I, first person, and R is used with plurals. We, you, they or plurals we always use are. Now जब इसको change करते हैं, most of the verbs के संग s रहेगा. Now verbs ending with e जब होता है, how when we add ing, how the spelling में बदलाव आएगा उसके अंदर. So when the verb is ending with e, when you make it into ing form, the e will be removed and e is replaced by the ing form of the verb. For example, write, ये word write है, इसके अंदर e है, e हट गया and it becomes ing. So this is the way इसके अंदर change होगा, है ना. Don't make spelling mistakes over here. Basics है, simple है, you know the things, but I'm just brushing up, refreshing the things for all of you. Now verbs ending with ie, change in this, change to y plus ing, that is lie and lying. I hope you are understanding what I am trying to tell you. ie will change into y plus ing form of the verb. Clear? Verbs with one word plus consonant, in that the consonant is doubled. Stop, one vowel, one consonant. इसके अंदर क्या होगा? डबल पी हो जाएगा. Yes, one vowel, one consonant. So this consonant is double p हो जाएगा. जैसे इसके अंदर clap, it will become clapping. Yes, so this is the way how the verbs are changed into the ing form. Affirmative sentences में how do you make this sentence? Tina is doing her work. What does this tense tell us? ये tense हमको बताता क्या है? This tense tells us that the action or the activity is taking place now. I am standing. You are learning. ये action हो रही है. This is present continuous tense. Tina is doing her work. The students are studying. Students plural है तो are आ गया. Tina is singular, hence it is and I के संग am लगता है. I am teaching. If you want to make it affirmative, negative, he is crying, not लग जाएगा. He is not crying. Interrogative, Jacob is doing his work. अगर इसको interrogative करना है तो start the sentence with a helping verb, end it with a question mark. Is Jacob doing his work? अपने आप it becomes an interrogative statement. Something very important. The following verbs are not formally used in the continuous form, that is ing form में to talk about the activity going on now. We don't use these verbs in the ing form. For example, verbs of emotion like want, wish, desire, feel, like, love, hate, hope and so on. So all these verbs of emotion, they cannot be used in the ing form to show the present situation. It is incorrect to say I am hoping that you succeed. Is incorrect usage. क्या होना चाहिए? I hope you succeed. इसके अलावा some more verbs of thinking, think, suppose, believe, agree, understand, forget, know. They don't or they are not or never used in the ing form to show the present status in the continuous tense. Understand verb है. Understanding also is a verb. There is good understanding between them. वो बात सही है. But if I say I am understanding what my students tell, is incorrect यूसेज, इसका सही यूसेज क्या रहेगा? आई अंडरस्टैंड वॉट माई स्टूडेंट्स आस्क, इस तरह से दिस थिंग इज यूज्ड। आई एम थिंकिंग यू आर रॉन्ग इज एन इनकरेक्ट यूसेज। क्या किस तरह से सही होना चाहिए? आई थिंक यू आर रॉन्ग एंड आई नो, आई थिंक यू ऑल आर करेक्ट नाउ, यू विल नॉट मेक दिस मिस्टेक। शी इज होपिंग टू सक्सीड बिकम्स इनकरेक्ट। शी क्या आएगा? होप्स टू सक्सीड और होप टू सक्सीड, शी होप्स टू सक्सीड। क्यों? शी इज सिंगुलर, सो एस विल बी देयर इन द वर्ब। इस प्रकार से हमको इस चीज का ध्यान रखना है। मूविंग ऑन विद द यूजेज ऑफ दिस, कहाँ यूज होता है? फॉर एन एक्शन गोइंग ऑन एट द मोमेंट, दिस आई जस्ट टोल्ड यू। आई एम टीचिंग ग्रामर टू यू, इस समय क्या हो रहा है? दिस इज वॉट दिस टेंस टेल्स अस। It is also used for an action that has already been arranged to take place in future. Future activity के लिए also, if it has been pre-arranged, pre-decided, we can use present continuous tense to show this. I am leaving for Mumbai next Monday. मैं अगले मंडे की बात कर रहा हूँ, but it has been decided, so I can say I am leaving for Mumbai next Monday. My friend is arriving tomorrow. Even though future activity है, पर पहले से डिसाइडेड प्रोग्राम है, सो वी कैन यूज दिस टू ऑल्सो टॉक अबाउट द फ्यूचर एक्टिविटी इफ इट इज प्री डिसाइडेड। मूविंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट टेंस, दैट इज प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट टेंस। प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट टेंस सिंटेक्स, इसका कंस्ट्रक्शन, सब्जेक्ट प्लस हैज और हैव, ये दीज आर द हेल्पिंग वर्ब्स, ध्यान रखना इसका हैज और हैव, प्लस द थर्ड फॉर्म ऑफ द वर्ब। Always the third form of the verb is used wherever the perfect tense is there, भले present perfect होवे, past perfect होवे या future perfect continuous future perfect tense होवे, we always go for the third form of the verb, and the helping verbs are has or have. Now where to use has and where do we use have? Has को कहाँ use करना है और have को कहाँ use करना है? Has, he, she, it and singulars, and have I, we, you, they and plurals. Again suppose you get confused कि whether this subject के संग has लगेगा या have लगेगा. Friends, again remember that trick, singular s, singulars s, ये हमको याद रखना है. You will never make mistakes where this has, have or is, am, are concerned. Singular s, this thing should keep, this thing should क्लिक योर माइंड. जैसे ही वो सब्जेक्ट आता है उस हिसाब से दिमाग में आ जानी चाहिए. सिंगुलर है तो वर्ब के संग हैज लगेगा. अपना प्रेजेंट की बात कर रहे हैं, प्रेजेंट कंटिन्यूस की है तो इज लगेगा इफ इट इज सिंगुलर. यस, रिमेंबर दिस पर्टिकुलर थिंग. एंड इफ इट इज प्रेजेंट सिंपल टेंस क्या करोगे? जैक गोज, एस और एस लगेगा अकॉर्डिंगली इफ द सब्जेक्ट इज सिंगुलर. तो सिंगुलर एस, दिस इज व्हाट यू हैव टू ऑलवेज रिमेंबर. एफर्मेटिव कैसे करेंगे इसको? जिल सिंगुलर है, जिल हैज डन द वर्क. जिल्स फ्रेंड्स प्लूरल है, सो हैव डन द वर्क. नेगेटिव कैसे करोगे? जिल हैज नॉट डन द वर्क, जिल फ्रेंड्स हैव नॉट डन द वर्क. नेगेटिव इज वेरी इजी. एंड एफर्मेटिव, हाउ डू यू चेंज इट? स्टार्ट द सेंटेंस विद द हेल्पिंग वर्ब, एंड इट विद अ क्वेश्चन मार्क. हैज जिल डन द वर्क? हैव जिल्स फ्रेंड्स डन द वर्क? यस. So this is how you make this sentence into interrogative where present perfect tense is concerned. Friends, I hope that these things are very clear. Very simplified way में मैं आपको इस चीज़ों के बारे में बता रहा हूँ. Moving on ahead with some uses to indicate the completed activities in the immediate past with word just. She has just finished her homework. So अगर activity खत्म हो चुकी है, सो इट्स नॉट दैट इफ द एक्टिविटी इज ओवर तो इट शुड गो इन द पास्ट. अगर एक्टिविटी अभी अभी खत्म हुई है, विद द वर्ड जस्ट वी यूज दिस. शी हैज सिंगुलर, शी हैज जस्ट फिनिश्ड हर होमवर्क. ही हैज जस्ट गॉन आउट. आई कैन ऑल्सो से आई हैव जस्ट फिनिश्ड प्रेजेंट सिंपल एंड प्रेजेंट कंटिन्यूअस टेंस. क्लियर? नेक्स्ट यूज, to express past actions whose time is not given and not indefinite. Mr. Sharma has been to the UK. When he went, जब समय हमको नहीं पता है कब गए थे, we use present perfect tense. Have you watched the Kashmir files? ये नहीं पूछ रहा हूँ yesterday or something, क्या देखी है या देख चुके हो? Then we use this present perfect tense if the time is not definite or not specified. It is used to denote that the effect of the finished action is still prevailing. That is, जो काम हो चुका है उसका असर, the impact of that finished work is still there. उसका असर अभी भी है. We use present perfect tense. Danny has finished the revision of tenses. Or you can just say, we have finished present continuous tense. कर चुके हैं ना, समझ में आ चुका है ना? Yes, but उसका समझ अभी भी है. The impact of that activity is still there. So we can use this present perfect tense to also talk about the event which has finished, but the impact, उसका असर still prevails. My friends have decided the program for evening. Evening का program decide कर चुके हैं अभी से, तो उस चीज़ का असर अभी से उनके दिमाग में शायद खुशी है. They are still happy about the program that they have decided. Something very important. Yes, friends, be very attentive for this. Present perfect tense is never used with adverbs of past time. For example, I have done the work yesterday. So what do you mean by the adverb clause of the past? This word yesterday. So whenever such adverb clause of the past आते हैं, we never use the present perfect tense. This sentence becomes grammatically incorrect, and in exams you can expect questions based on this type of errors. So I have done this work is incorrect. How do you rectify this, or how do you write it correctly? Two ways. अगर yesterday नहीं है, I have done the work, because yesterday नहीं आना चाहिए, and suppose verb yesterday has been specified, then it will go into past simple. I did the work yesterday. So please keep a note on this important point. इस important point को please ध्यान में रखना. Very very important. Yes. And चलते हैं आगे with the last of the tenses where present tense is concerned, that is present perfect continuous tense. The construction subject plus has have plus been plus ing form plus some new addition since or for plus the complement of the statement. Has कहाँ लगता है? As I told you earlier, third person singular. Have I, we, you, they and plurals उसके संग लगेगा. And how we use since and how do we use for? Since is always used for the point of time, that is since evening, since Sunday, since 2018 and so on. Since 4 o'clock, time specific हो गए, point of time we always use since. I have been waiting for my brother to return since morning. Since and morning. So morning is a point of time, hence we always use since. Joe has been living here for 2 years. Since आना चाहिए या for आना चाहिए? Yes friends, what should be reflected over here? For 2 years or since 2 years? If you feel since 2 years आना चाहिए, then your answer is incorrect, because 2 years is not a point of time. 2 साल, लेकिन 2 साल कब से? That is not specified. So for is incorrect over here. Sorry, for is correct over here. Since becomes the incorrect usage. तो ये sentence आपका ये गलत हो जाता है यहाँ पे. Try to understand the difference between since and for very very carefully. For कहाँ होता है? For is used with a period of time. It denotes what? It denotes a length of time from past till now. That is several weeks, for 7 days, for 2 years, for many years and so on. Don't say since 7 days. 7 days के संग since नहीं आएगा. It will always be for and not since. For example, we have been waiting for them for 7 years when we met. मैं 7 साल से उसका इंतजार कर रहा था जब वो मुझे मिला या जब हम मिले. She has been watering the plants for 1 hour. Not since, it will be for. So I hope this difference between since and for is very clear. Since हम use करते हैं for the point of time and for we use for the period of time. One sentence I'd like to give you. She has been watering the plants dash last 1 hour. Okay friends, क्या आना चाहिए इसके अंदर? Should it be since or should it be for? Last 1 hour will be the point of time or period of time. सोचो ध्यान से. This 1 hour is period of time. But since last 1 hour, so अभी से 1 घंटे पहले, so it will become a point of time and it will not remain period of time. So इसके संग जब अगर last word लग जाता है, then it will change into since because ये last 1 hour इसके अंदर लिखा है. So please be very careful for this. Rest the things are very easy in this और कोई दिक्कत आएगी नहीं कहीं पे भी. Affirmative, Danny has been studying since 6 AM, एग्जैक्ट टाइम है. Sanders brothers प्लूरल है, have लगेगा, प्रॉब्लम की बात ही नहीं है. Sanya has been watching, Sanya is singular, has been watching TV since last 2 hours. Now this is what I was telling you. अब इसके अंदर देखो for 2 hours and last 2 hours. So please keep a note of this word last. As soon as last is added, the period of time will change into point of time because it will become अभी से उस समय तक. It shows the exact point. Negative, I have not been taking rest since morning. My neighbor has not been staying here for 5 years. And last 5 years कर दूँ तो then it becomes since last 5 years. Interrogative, very simple, starts with a helping verb, ends with a question mark. Have you been sleeping since afternoon? दोपहर से सोते आ रहे हो. Has Sam been chatting with his friends? Question mark. Yes, it's missing over here. So इस तरीके से हमको ये करना है. Uses, it is used for an action that began at some time in the past and it is still continuing. So now friends, present continuous, it also tells us that the action began earlier, अभी चल रही है. Present perfect continuous also tells us that the action began earlier and it is still continuing. So what is the difference? एक difference है, present continuous, suppose I say I am teaching and then I use this tense, I have been teaching since for 1 hour. So उसके अंदर पता चलता है present perfect continuous tells us that when the action started and it is still continuing, whereas present continuous tense क्या बताएगा? The action is continuing but when it started it does not specify. ये है इन दोनों का फर्क. So it is used for an action that began at some time in the past and it is still continuing. Sam has been studying since 5 o'clock when the alarm rang. तो जब उसका अलार्म बजा वो उसके पहले से 5 बजे से पढ़ता चला आ रहा था. A very studious student. Tom and his friends have been playing for 2 hours. क्या उनका खेलना खत्म हो गया? नहीं. They are still continuing to play. Yes. So this is something about present perfect continuous tense. They have been building the bridge for several months. काफी महीनों से ब्रिज बनता आ रहा है. So has the bridge been constructed? No. The bridge is still under construction. Yes. इस चीज का हमको याद रखना है. Now one last thing in this tense. Jack has been playing since morning and the second sentence becomes Jack is playing since morning. Over here also I use since morning यहाँ पे भी लिखा है since morning, playing भी लिखा है and so on. इसके this is sentence number 1. Suppose this is sentence number 2. Friends, tell me, read the sentences carefully and tell me which of them is correct. Is sentence 1 correct? Is sentence number 2 correct? Both of them are correct or both of them are incorrect. देखो ध्यान से, पढ़ो and tell me which one of them is or are correct. Jack has been playing since morning. Yes, looks to or sounds correct. ये ले सकता हूँ. क्या ये भी सही है? Can we write the statement in this way also? Friends, never. Because whenever this time constraints, since or for are used, we never use this continuous tense. We always have to use the present perfect continuous tense. So, be very careful where this tense is concerned. So, दोस्तों, this is all for today. Where present tense is concerned, stay tuned, stay updated, and the next tense will be up very soon in the next lecture. So, enjoy studying, enjoy learning, and see you soon. Bye bye and thank you.